some peak. Since today I haven't most wide awake. Just a good game of peak a little bit, and then hopefully I can go to bed at a decent time. That's the hope. What am I wearing? I love it. I'm so glad I went for something so beautiful. Okay, time to play some solo peak. Alright, let's see. Let's go Tenderfoot. Let's go normal peak. I can do it. I just gotta lock in. Gotta lock in. Is there any challenges I was playing beforehand? I was trying to get achievements last time, which me and Grim got a few of them, luckily. So, at least it's not too bad. Yes, rope cannon. Ooh, scout. I'm not doing that. Oh, I'm not doing that. I want to do that a separate day when I actually know how to. I was gonna use I thought about using the scout cannon for the, what's it called, the challenge thing? Or what's it called, that one trick with the bing bong, but I don't really want to do it. Oh boy. We're gonna see how we go. How far do you guys think I'll get? Because personally, I'm not sure. Let's try this. Some crisps. Crisps. The other one, the crispy ones are the other ones, or I don't know. Don't remember. Perfect. Go. Nice and set. There's some on the left side. We'll go to the left side then. What is this one? Sorry. I'm dumb in my mouth. If that's taken out of context, that would be so wrong. Oh my goodness. That's fine. We won't see it out of context. I forgot to get hurt quicker than this one. Come on. Bandages. Hey! I'm gonna need this bandage. The amount of times I get hurt is insane. Alright, I'm gonna go up this way, then up there. just so scared those things will break on me. I'm so terrified those, like, what's it called? The bridges will, like, fall. It's only happened to everyone else once. It just hasn't happened to me yet, and I'm terrified for that to happen. At least it has, and I don't remember. I don't know. But I see a lot of clips of it, and I don't want to ruin my progress. That's a plan. I can do this. Who believes in me? I believe in me. I'm literally back and instantly going back straight to peak. While I was out in New York, what's it called? While I was out on vacation, basically. Me and Grim talked about, what's it called? We talked about how, what's it called? We were talking about Peak for a bit. And I'm not gonna lie, I low-key missed video games. I've never been the kind of person to, like, miss this kind of stuff. Especially when it comes to trips. I've always been the kind of person who doesn't really take out their phones, and naturally, I don't actually. The entire time throughout the trip, I didn't go on my phone as much. I mostly had music playing, and that was it. So for me, it was very much difficult because I genuinely wanted to play Peak so badly. I don't know what it is about Peak, but it's kind of like something that I just find so entertaining. It's just like it kind of brings a lot of joy, you know? Brings a lot of joy to my just mental state. And it's just something that like makes my life easier. Okay. I noticed I could not make that. Okay. I'm a genius. But yeah, I didn't realize how much I would really miss gaming as much as I did, you know? The entire time I just thought I was going to I was gonna miss certain things about playing video games, which is like, you know, the aspect of being online and talking to people on Discord and stuff, and originally I don't have that much of an issue with it, but I guess while I was out there it was just a lot more harder. Just because, do you know how hard it is to want to play a game so badly when you're so used to not having that need? Even when I stream like normally, I'm just so used to it, it's just something I'm not sure of most of the time if I ever really feel like I want to or not. But while out, I felt like I just really wanted to play video games. I'm not gonna lie. But little do I realize it's like that was just something that was a lot more painful for me, like a little more harder for me while out on vacation. I guess I can consider it a vacation. It was more of a vacation. But it was just very hard for when I got back, and I was just doing it as like when I got home, the biggest thing that I really wanted the entire time was like instantly I wanted a shower. I just wanted to lay down and just kind of look at my PC. I sat in my chair for like a good 20 minutes before I went to go take a shower remotely, just because I really love my chair and because I just really missed looking at my PC. I sat there and was like, I really wanted to stream yesterday as well. I wanted to. I really did, but when I got home, I just was, honestly, I was actually really tired because I did not sleep very well on the plane, which is surprising because I did sleep, but the hard part was that there was just so many people that I just kept waking up and then falling back asleep and then waking up. And I sat with like these old people at first, and this little old lady paid for like some Cheez-Its and some water for me, I guess. So when I woke up, she sat and was like, "Oh, that's for you," and I was like, "Oh, you didn't have to, ma'am. It's okay. I could have bought my own." And she just sat there and was like, "Oh, no, it's okay. You seem tired." And I was like, "Oh, thank you, ma'am." And it was the sweetest thing ever. But the entire time, I just kind of wished I was sleeping. But it was really sweet that she did that, though. But those kind of situations just kept happening while I was every time I went on a plane, and I was just so tired. I kept waking up. There was turbulence at one point because we were driving through rain, and it was just so much rain, and I hated it because I was so scared that lightning was gonna like strike us or something. It was like my true fears came out, and I was just terrified of the idea of possibly dying, which I didn't, luckily. But it was a safe flight and all. I just really wished I slept more. I genuinely wish I did. Sleeping would have made my flight experience so much nicer, and it also would have felt a lot more amazing to be able to stream. But just as soon as I got home, I just couldn't do it. But it's okay though, because there was just so many other stuff that I got to do at least. I bought a bunch of souvenirs for family members, and so everyone was very happy for me. And then I brought home like this really cool scented candle, and I love candles. So it was really nice. I enjoyed that. What's it called? I got these Deadpool pants. They're pajama pants, and I'm currently wearing them, and they're the most comfiest thing I've ever worn. And I don't wear pants very often like this. I tend to wear shorts and stuff. So for me, this is like rare. I hardly wear pajamas. I'm more likely to sleep in like shorts or something like probably like a baggy shirt and some shorts. I feel like those are the most comforting thing to wear when you fall asleep. It just doesn't feel as suffocating, you know? Crisps. What was I talking about? Sorry, I zoned out. Okay. Oh, I can get the thing, can't I? I don't have to do it. Oh, Pandora's box. Oh, no. Pandora's lunchbox. I don't know if I trust this or not. Would you trust this? I wouldn't. I do kind of want to try and get the achievement of using as much rope or something. What if I use it? Is there one that goes down? Is there a vine that can you choose that for? I think it's like this one over here. Okay, we can get it. Alright, I'm gonna need a running start though. Oh, that's in the tree. 1 second. What's it called? I didn't realize in New York there was a lot of beautiful people there. And so many people with like interesting personalities. I was not prepared for that. I think so many times off camera, because I had recorded a bit of it, one on an actual camera and the other on my phone. And off camera, there was so many times I just sat there and was like, there's so many pretty people here. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. And I looked at Grim and was like, Grim, I can't do this. There's too many pretty people here. I can't. And Grim just sat there and was like, it's okay. It's normal. Like, people are like this all the time here. And I was like, oh. And yet you're used to this? How? And I just sat there and was like, I don't know how I feel about this. But what's it called? It was just like, there was so many pretty people, and like, Grim knows very well, I fold over pretty people very quickly. Like, be pretty and I will probably just fold instantly. And I did fold very quickly. I did fold. And there were moments I didn't know how to collect myself. I was just like, oh, hi, and like, I was so much more shyer than I normally am. I'm a naturally extroverted person, and so for me to like sit there and like kind of get nervous was just very funny, especially to Grim. Grim found that extremely hilarious and just kind of laughed at me for a period of time, and I just sat there like, it's not funny, no, you know how like good looking this person is, and Grim was like, no, I don't find people attractive, and I was like, yeah, you're right, I forgot. This is true, I forgot, my bad. And I sat there with him, like, I forget that Grim doesn't have, you know, the attraction for people, and so, and, you know, that, they do them, you know, and that's their thing, and, you know, I don't blame them either, though, because people are very much, you know, a hassle to deal with either way, so at least they don't have to deal with that part. But it's just something that's called. I didn't realize I was gonna have a problem out in New York with, but I did, and it was just kind of entertaining. Pandora's box. Up through it. There it is. Alright, I'm gonna grab this luggage. Okay. I'm gonna try and get that achievement for using as much rope as possible. If that wasn't already obvious. What's it called? We figured out my type. I figured out my type. I figured it out completely. And I found out completely that my type is definitely people with braces. I don't know what it is about braces, but it's just kind of cute. I think it was like 8th grade. I realized people with braces were really cute. I don't know why. I don't remember what it was about people with braces that just kind of like caught my attention that quickly. But what's it called? There's just people with braces just seemed more endearing to me. And then, of course, it does not make it very easy since there's a lot of people I knew that I had very much liked that had braces, and there were so many people I knew that just, they kind of like, some people were like saying that, I was like, wow, it's like, well, what is your type? And I just sat there and was like, I don't know, but I feel like I should have probably noticed, yeah, it was probably people with braces. I truly don't care if they're shorter or taller than me, I'm gonna be honest. They could be taller than me or shorter than me. I don't really think I'll mind. As long as, you know, they're there. I think that's the best part in a relationship. But, what's it called? I saw, like, this one girl out there, and I don't know what it was. I think it was the braces part. She had braces, and she was just so sweet. We were on the train and I saw her, and we just kind of like exchanged glances at each other, and for a minute I kind of was drawn to her for a minute, and I didn't understand. I felt awkward. But what's it called? She had braces. She had long and straight hair. And it was just something that, like, I don't know what it was specifically, but she was just kind of super cute in my eyes. And, what's it called? Of course, I didn't talk to her because I was at the peak of the part of, like, where I was. It's just, I just couldn't really contain myself from not feeling embarrassed. So to me, this was like, it would be even harder just to go and try and talk to her. So instead of just trying to talk to her, I just kind of like left. We hopped off the train and we left, and it wasn't because she was there, I just kind of like left because I had to, but it was a really thing that saved me from embarrassing myself and trying to talk to someone. Especially when I was not at the peak of my time of, I was not at the peak of confidence. If only I had more confidence at the time, but I had gone through so many flights, I was so tired, and I had only gotten like hours of sleep when I got there, so I was still very much tired, and I didn't want to show it, so instead of trying to talk to someone, I just kind of stayed quiet. And I didn't realize people in New York just don't talk to each other. That was insane to know, because where I'm from, people tend to talk to each other every now and then. And it's very common for just people to just stop and talk to each other. And I think that was like the part that I found easy here. It's just if I go to a store and let's say there's a girl who I find pretty, I can just sit there and go, hey, I think you're gorgeous, and I love your this, and I love your hair, I love your nails, and it starts a conversation, and then we'll talk for like 10, 15 minutes, and I can figure out like, there's no chance I would be able to get that person's number, and that's where like my confidence is. I know I have confidence in that. I have my ways where I can talk to people like that. But that's when I say I'm an extrovert. I'm an extrovert, and I know it. Oh my gosh, banana! I want a banana. What? Oh, give us my banana. But I just didn't know in New York people just don't talk to each other, so that's different. unless you're in a certain area where, what's it called, people are kind of like in their own element, it's more common, but otherwise it's not very easy. Because, let's say if I just go to Central Park and I just make conversation with a random person I see, I'm more likely to get shooed away than anything. I feel like it. Or someone might just get a little bit more irritated because people just don't talk there. Not like my usual kind of talking, which is something I find just outlandish because I just never experienced that before. To me, I'm so used to talking to people and just like being so social. Of course, I was very much the more social one still out there because Grim being Grim's not a very talkative person. Like, they are, like, to me, but Grim doesn't really like to socialize, which, I mean, fair. They're just very introverted, and it was very funny because even though I didn't get to socialize with people and make friends, oh my goodness, it's so cute. Though yes, I didn't get to stop and make friends like I normally do wherever I go places, which I do tend to do. It was very much, like, I still was very much more talkative, and I still did have to be the one to talk to people. Like, I'm the one who goes and talks to the store clerk, or talk to the cash register, to the person at the cash register. Like, I was the one that still was very talkative. And, what's it called? The entire time out there, I just felt like I was still somehow the one that was the most social, and I wasn't being my kind of social. I wish I had more confidence when I went out there, but that's good. I feel like just the flying itself just kind of threw me off. But it's something that, like, I just feel like I was not used to. And so that experience was just something else to me, which I find hilarious, of course, because I don't think many people realize how very much social I am. What's it called? The whole experience is something that I definitely would say was different. By the idea of, what's it called? I was being very much just not in my form of element the entire time. Not the entire time. I was still very much happy and I still was excited. I just didn't really get to be myself as much as I wanted to. If that makes sense. I'm not saying anything bad though. It was a really good trip and I was so happy I got to have it because I'm genuinely honest. To be genuinely honest, I did need it heavily. Like, I genuinely did need that trip, and it was definitely something of a form of vacation that I did need. And I'm glad I took it because, oh my goodness, when I got back, life was still hard, but I just felt like I had a little bit more off my shoulders. So, wonderful. So, this is just so nice. normally Grim or Crumb tends to be quicker. But I'm gonna be honest. Last time when I played with Crumb, we died rather quickly and we just kept failing. So I don't know. I feel like Grim is just the way to go when it comes to me wanting to beat a game like this, because it takes thinking. I'm not saying that Crumb doesn't think, but Grim constantly thinks aggressively. Like, Grim is like, their brain is constantly working 24/7 when it comes to these kind of games. And it's very hard for them to unplug their brain when it comes to this. Like, they can unplug their thoughts just because of the fact that they want to play this game. I was just gonna say something like well, I don't really need to, but I'm gonna do it either way. I really want that achievement for using as much rope as possible. Where was I gonna go? I feel like this is the one, but I don't remember how. Oh, the angle was so much different when I was over there. Okay. This one. I got it. Okay. I have it. Oh crap. Okay. I can do this. Okay. Hug this way. Again, hug the wall. Hug it. Okay. And then hug it. I have it. Okay. And then, I can't remember what. Oh! Does that go? I don't know if that makes it. If I keep going this way, I think that's... Oh! I'm stupid. Yeah, if I keep going this way, I got it. I'm gonna be a little stupid. Oh gosh. I'm not gonna lie, I do miss this game so much. I'm not gonna lie, I missed it to the point that it got to my dreams, and I kept dreaming about playing, and I don't know why. I think I just really enjoy this game. I feel like Peak is just something that, it's a very, it pleases my mind to play it sometimes, where it's just like, it feels very nice to be able to play it. So it's just something else for me. So I did miss this game a lot though. I'm still. I can climb this way? Let's see if I can try it though. I have. I don't know if I can. I should probably get the medkit out in case I do fall actually. Just in case. Yeah. Because if I fall, oh my goodness. I have rope. I can use the rope if I this. Can I go this way? Was it this way? Oh no, there was another way to walk. I'm gonna try and see if I can see anything from there. So I know I'm not walking into something and I'm not getting myself killed. That's great. Okay, oh, yes, okay. I can go this way. Okay, got it. Sometimes you gotta go back down. Or I climb this way. Oh gosh. Am I gonna make it? Oh gosh. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh gosh, oh gosh. There we go. Yep. Make it. Come on. Oh, I couldn't. Come on. Oh. I was so close. Okay. I feel like I could have had it. Okay. I tried. I did try though. Stretch. Oh my goodness. Oh. One thing I wasn't expecting was that when I got back, I have eye bags. Like, usually you can't see them too well, but while I was looking in the mirror, I realized how my eye bags were, like, more visible. And I just sat there and was like, wow, did I not get enough sleep while I was out there? And I don't think I did, actually. I slept in. Technically speaking, I slept in over there, but where the time zones are for here is, like, so much more different. To me, I was waking up a lot more earlier than I normally do. And I was sleeping around the same time. Like, for me, the jet lag was so bad because I was still technically sleeping, and in the same time zone, I would be sleeping. And so I think out there, it was like, I wouldn't go to bed till, like, extremely late until the morning when I'd see the sun come up over there. And to me, that's not normal. I'm not used to that. So for me, it was like a lot more harder, and then going to bed was waking up from bed is a lot more harder because I would wake up in the evening, which was still technically the morning from where I am, so it was a lot harder. It was so much harder. Just trying to sleep like that. And now you can see my eye bags, which usually my eye bags, you can't really see them too well unless you're truly looking at my eyes and looking at my face. Unless I do like an all-nighter. Unless I'm doing like an all-nighter, which is something that I have done a few times. I haven't done like an all-nighter since like middle school, so it's commonly rare for me to have to do that. I do end up trying to sleep for like a few hours and then waking up because I still go to work, so to me doing all of that is a lot more harder. It's a lot harder to do. I look so tired. It's about, I look tired. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do sometimes. Today I did look tired, and I'm not used to looking tired, so I don't know. This one doesn't have a skirt. I feel like I look cute with a skirt. This is cooler. I like it. I like it so much. I like it. What's it called? But that trip was something else to me because it just kind of felt nice because it made me want to kind of made me want to feel like I wanted to go on another trip, because this trip was the first time going on a trip by myself, technically speaking. Because normally, whenever I go on trips, I tend to take people with me. This was the first time going on a plane by myself. This is the first time ever going somewhere I've never been before by myself without someone I knew near me, and going on this trip with me. Because technically speaking, Grim didn't go on this trip with me. Grim was there when I got there, but I went on the plane by myself. I went on the, what's it called, the layover, I think it is. Like when you stop somewhere and then so you take it. What's it called? You go on the airplane, you stop somewhere, and then you have to get on another airplane to your destination. So yeah, I think it's a layover, but I had to do all of it by myself, which is something I haven't done before. So when I first got to the first airport, I remember getting there early and then being glad, because the entire time when I got there, um, I got there early, and so we ended up boarding like 30 minutes earlier than than the time said it would. And thank goodness I got there early. And then while I was there and waiting, I didn't really know when to get on, and so I just kind of freaked out a bit. I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous. I was extremely nervous, and I ended up seeing like three people I knew at that airport, and I wasn't expecting to see them. I really wasn't, and I didn't really know how to talk to them, so instead I avoided them completely and ran to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom, sat there for like 10 minutes, went back out. I got coffee. Uh, I got some gum, because after the coffee, I probably will. It's good. I knew I would get stressed, and when I stress out a bit, I tend to kind of like chew more. I tend to like kind of need to, like, I don't know. I feel like chewing something tends to make it a lot more easier for my mind to kind of like not freak out too much. So instead of freaking out in silence and sitting there like not knowing what to do, I just kind of chewed gum the entire time, the entire flight I went on. And during my layover, I had only 30 minutes to get to my other gate, to go the next gate. And so that gate was almost half across the airport that I went to. And so I had to kind of like speed walk as quickly as I could over there. And the hardest part was I was so hungry. I wanted to. I thought I was. So originally I was supposed to have like an hour until I got had to get to my other gate. And so I was like, oh, okay. When I get there, I'm gonna stop and I'll grab something to snack on. Maybe get like an energy drink so I stay awake, because when I get to New York, I'm gonna be kind of tired. So I want to be able to stay awake so I can do this and this and this and get food afterwards and blah 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 blah. And like I had a whole plan until I found out last minute, right when I got off the plane, that the times changed. I looked at my phone, I looked at the ticket, the times had changed. It was updated. I had to be there within 30 minutes right when our plane landed, and I was like, okay. They're barely parking the plane. It's going to take another 10 minutes for us to get off this plane. I'll have only 20 minutes to get to this next gate. I'm not going to be able to stop to get food, to stop to get snacks, food, or any form of like energy drink or anything to drink in general. So I'm going to have to buy something on the plane. Oh my gosh. And so I started kind of stressing. And so while I was sitting in my seat for waiting for us to kind of like get off the plane, I'm starting to like stress out. It's like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? How am I gonna fix this? What am I gonna do after this? I'm gonna be so hungry when I get to when I get over there. Because once we're in the air, I'm gonna be so tired. I'm gonna be so hungry. And then once I get to the airport in New York, I'm gonna be even more hungry and I'm gonna be so tired. I ended up just getting I got some soda which I don't drink soda very often. Not often. Um, I'm more of a tea person, but a tea or a water kind of person. And they didn't have tea on the plane, and I was just sitting there like, oh, they don't have tea. I really don't want to drink water right now because if I drink water, I would have to go to the bathroom, and I've never been in the bathroom on a plane. That's terrifying. So I got soda, and then I got what's it called? What do you call them? They're like Chips Ahoy, I guess. They're like mini Chips Ahoy, and I just got some of those, and I just kind of snacked a bit, and that was not helpful at all. I'm gonna say it now, the sugar and everything else just did not help at all. I knocked out. I fell asleep for a good 30 to 40 minutes on the plane because there was still a little bit longer until we got to New York. So I fell asleep, woke up, the guy sitting next to me fell asleep as well, but he was sleeping on my shoulder. His head was on my shoulder, and I just sat there and was like, I don't know this man. Who is this random tall man sitting next to me, and why is he laying on me? And he was like passed out. This man was really passed out. He fell asleep throughout the whole entire flight, and I didn't know what to do. And my only reaction was, "Oh, hello there, weird, attractive man. Why are you sleeping on on my shoulder?" Um, I kind of feel awkward now. Oh no. And I tried waking him up. I poked at his head and I was like, "Hey, hey, you're kind of sleeping on my shoulder." He woke up for like a second, looked up, said, "Okay," and then went back to sleep. And I just sat there and I was like, "Oh, okay, looks like this is not my choice." And to me, I wasn't bothered by it. If I really was bothered by it, I really would have shooken him or something. It just like, to me, I was like, oh, a random person's sleeping on my shoulder. What do I do? They don't seem, it's like, it didn't feel like it was like, I wasn't really bothered by it either. And so instead of freaking out, I just kind of just sat there and was like, okay. And I just kind of like, I patted his head. I was like, there, random stranger. Okay. I will wake you up when we get there, I guess. And then once we got to the airport, and we were about to land. We were like 10 minutes away from landing, and so I remember patting his shoulder, and the lights started coming on a bit. And I sat and was like, hey, so like the plane's about to land in like 10 minutes. You might want to get up. And he started like slowly getting up. He just sat and was like, what happened? And I just sat there and was like, oh, yeah, the plane's about to land in like 10 minutes. I didn't know if you wanted to be awake for that or not. And he looked at me, he's like, who are you? And I was like, I don't know who you are either. And he just sat there and was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to fall asleep on you. You looked so comfortable, and I guess I didn't realize I fell asleep. And I was like, oh, it's okay. I was comfortable. I was just really tired. And it's like, we both laughed about it, and he's a cool guy. He was a cool guy. I didn't exchange it, like, any information with him. Originally, I thought about it. I really did think about it, because, like, you know what? He's a nice guy. But I just didn't know what to do in the sort of situation. So, for that to happen on a plane, I really didn't know how to feel. It's so awkward to have those kind of things happen while you're just on a plane to go and see, like, you know, and have fun and explore and all this, and on your way there, a random stranger falls asleep on you. Oh my goodness. And then I saw a drag queen for the first time ever. I've never seen a drag queen before, ever in my life. I've wanted to, I'm not gonna lie. I think drag queens are really cool, and I think they're really pretty. And so I saw a drag queen for the first time, and a drag king for the first time. that was cool. I also saw a cosplayer just wandering, so I was like, okay, they're normal here too. Got it. I also saw a protest in person, I think. It looked like a protest, but I'm not sure what it was. I don't know, but I saw a guy walking around with a sign with a swan on it, so that was pretty cool. He was cool. Um, but I just like I feel like it was so weird on how things happened because most of my flights either landed really early, like when I got home, my flight landed earlier than it said it would. Originally, I thought it was gonna land a few hours later, honestly, but we ended up landing earlier than usual, and what's it called? Most of my flights were really early. There was barely any delays. Um, it was just something that was like I felt like everything kind of kept going just right, and then I got stopped in TSA leaving, which happens. It's fair. Um, and I feel like I wasn't expecting these kind of things to happen, and it was kind of funny, honestly. It was just kind of funny. I'm mostly talking so much just so it reaches an hour so I can leave straight. Sorry. I am tired. After playing the game, I'm just like, my body wants to get up. I'm tired. And like, that's just been me so far since I'm just like, I would stream longer. I really would if I could. But my body is so tired. If you guys saw my eye bags, you would see why. Um, I believe Apollo is currently editing the video. Uh, so you'll end up seeing a video of the whole trip and everything. So it will be nice. Um, it will be interesting, I'll say that. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting. I'm just, I'm so out of it. I don't know. I'm definitely going. Okay. But I'm definitely going to bed after this, and I'm gonna knock out. I'm gonna get cozy. I'm wearing like Deadpool pants, and they're so comfy. And this new shirt that I bought, which is just supposed to be a large, like just a large, comfy shirt to just sleep in. So that's awesome. I'm like the most comfiest person in the world right now. Oh my goodness, I'm tired though. I think I'm gonna end it from right here at least, just because I'm just tired. I'm so tired. I don't really know how to feel right now. My body is slowly giving up. So, I'm gonna head out. So, good night, good night, good night, good night.